Hey, what's up, fellas? How you doing, man? Antonelli here.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How we doing? Matt Antonelli here. Today, answering your questions. You guys have been sending in questions to our YouTube channel and our Instagram page. And so today, I am choosing Guapo. And your question is, what's a good average for high school and getting noticed? Thanks in advance. Okay, before we get into that question, if you're a high school baseball player, I highly suggest you check out Impact Baseball's College Coach Showcase Camp. If you want to play college baseball, you're not going to want to miss this camp. January 25th in Boston, North Carolina, there's going to be over 25 colleges represented at this camp. Players are going to receive instruction. You're going to be able to listen to college coaches speak about college baseball. You'll go through an extended workout, batting practice. Pitchers will be able to throw bullpens, and the facilities are amazing. You'll have a turf field and also a large indoor facility if it's needed. So make sure you can go in the description box below. There's a link to the camp for more information and to sign up. And there's also another link that contains a video from past camps. So make sure to check that out and sign up today. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about recruiting. I've made a bunch of recruiting videos. Make sure you guys go over to the recruiting playlist. I've got a bunch of videos in there that will help you if you're a high school player or a parent of a high school player. Let's talk about batting average now, all right? This isn't just my opinion. If you guys don't know, I coached college for a few years and I recruited in college. And my job now with Antonelli Baseball is to help players get recruited. And we've had dozens and dozens and dozens of our players go on and play college baseball. Every year we have about a dozen or so players, sometimes more, go on and play. So I'm dealing with college coaches on a daily basis. When I tell you this, high school averages, for the most part, don't really matter. There's a few reasons why high school averages don't matter. All right, and I can't give you an answer to this question, okay? The reason is, one, there's so many different levels of high school baseball, depending on part of the country or how big or small your school is. Do you live in a place where baseball is really, really good? Do you play for a solid program in a solid league or not? There's so many variables that it's impossible for those statistics to mean anything. When you're in the major leagues, your statistics mean something because, well, the league is small, right? And there's most of the teams are similar. Most of the players are similar. And so everyone knows what type of competition you're playing against. And because there's only a certain amount of teams, everybody knows who you're playing. That's not the same in high school, right? You could hit 700 in one league in one part of the country, and someone else playing maybe in the best league in the country hits 270, and that 270 may be more impressive than that 700, depending on what the league is. So the numbers alone don't really mean anything to a college coach. And I've never had a college coach ask me, well, what were his stats for you this year? Or what were his high school stats? I haven't personally had that happen, okay? Another reason for that is the high school game is not the college game. Sometimes, again, depending on your league, it is so far away from the college game. And so just knowing what you hit in high school, like that, who knows if that's going to transfer over to the college game, all right? So don't get so obsessed with your college stats, with your high school stats, all right? Now, a college coach may, if they do ask, for me, it's sometimes more of it could be a red flag. It could potentially be a red flag. Let's just say you hit 120, okay? If you had and again, batting average sometimes doesn't always tell the story, right? But let's just say it was something really crazy. like 120. That could potentially be a red flag to a college if they say, even if this guy played in the best in the best high school league in the country, 120, we might want to look into this, okay? So that could be a red flag. The other thing is, they probably still won't even ask for the average. They may ask how you did, right? How were his at-bats, right? Did he have success? Was he hitting the ball hard? They're probably going to look into more of that than they are just the average, right? So I have plenty of coaches that say, how were his at-bats this year? Was he competitive? They're going to ask about your at-bats, but they're not just going to say, what was his average, right? And when I'm talking to coaches, like I've never been like, oh, this guy hit 440 this summer. Like I've never once said what the player's average is. Again, because it doesn't mean anything. So I'll talk about his at-bats, right? And I'll describe the player and what he does. He does a great job of controlling the strike zone. He swings at good pitches. He doesn't get out of the zone. He doesn't chase pitches. He has a really good ability to barrel the ball up. He doesn't strike out. He puts the ball in play. He can hit for power, right? He drives the ball. He hits for extra base hits. Whatever. But very rarely, again, I've never personally talked about batting average. I just don't think it means anything. I don't think it transfers, or at least coaches, if the coach doesn't know what league you're in, he has no idea if that batting average is going to transfer over. So don't be obsessed or concerned with your batting average. When college coaches watch you play, when they're recruiting you, they're looking for a certain skill set that they believe will transfer to their level. What that skill set is depends on the college, depends on the level. But when they're watching you hit, they're looking at some of the things I just talked about. Do you do a good job of getting a good pitch to hit? Do you square the ball up when you do take your swing at the ball? What does your bat path look like? What does your bat speed and quickness look like? What are your overall swing mechanics? Athletically, what do you look like? So a lot of it is done by, I know what my players look like. I know what their skill set looks like in college. And does this player look like he has a skill set that will be comparable to those players? And while also understanding that you're younger than them, so you're going to continue to develop. But do you have the type of skill set that will be comparable to them when you get to college, or hopefully exceed their skill level? Because that will oftentimes tell them if you'll have success, or if you have the potential to have success, right? So again, even if you hit 700, let's just say you told the coach, and coaches get this all the time. I used to get this email all the time from players. Oh, coach, I hit 780 this year in high school, or I hit 620 or whatever, right? So I take that average. Again, I don't really care about it. But I'm going to watch the player, I'm going to watch the player swing, and I'm going to be able to tell really quickly by watching that player's at-bats what that 700 average or 620 average really means, right? And it's really hard to fool a coach. Some players think like, this average is going to make them get all excited. Like, you can't fool a coach. They're going to look deeper than just the average, and they're going to be able to tell really quickly. If you hit 700, but they see a swing that they know, like they can tell pretty quick, like this guy's swing is not going to work at our level. Like it's not going to work. Or this guy's plate discipline is not going to work at our level, or whatever it is. They can tell really quickly. And same thing, if you hit 270, right, but you've got quickness, you've got good bat path, you've got good bat speed, you're swinging at good pitches, you're making contact, you've got some pop, you can drive the ball, but you only hit 270. In most cases, they're not going to be like, oh man, he only hit 270, so I don't know if this is going to work. Now, again, the red flag thing maybe comes up. Maybe they say, well, we've got to delve a little bit deeper into this. Let's really let's see what type of competition he faced. Let's talk to his high school coach about it a little bit more. So, red flag, maybe, but just because you hit 700 doesn't really mean squat, in my opinion. Hopefully that helps you guys out. Let me know if you have any questions in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel, give it a thumbs up, all that good stuff, and we'll talk to you later.